Hello, students. How are you? Today we are going to discuss chapter 10, that is respiration in organisms. In a brief introduction, we are going to learn that breathing is a part of respiration. While running, all persons breathe faster. External respiration is the formal term for gas exchange. It describes both the bulk flow of air into and out of the lungs and the transfer of oxygen and carbon dioxide into the bloodstream through diffusion. Now, respiration that takes place in two stages. The very first is the external respiration, which we call as breathing, and the second that is called internal respiration, which takes place in cells. So it is called cellular respiration. Now this cellular respiration that is of two types: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Now we discuss about these two one by one. Now very common question arises, why do we respire? As we know, cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of all organisms. Each cell of an organism performs certain functions such as nutrition, transport, excretion, and reproduction, and thus require energy for them. The food we eat has stored energy which is released during respiration. So, respiration is the necessary to get bundles of energy time to time. This process of breakdown of food in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration takes place in the cells of all the organisms. When breakdown of glucose occurs with the use of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration, while the food that break down without the use of oxygen, or we can say in the absence of oxygen, this is called anaerobic respiration. Now let's learn about aerobic respiration. Respiration, so here when the glucose take oxygen, it reacts with oxygen. So now what happens in the cell? It produces carbon dioxide and releases water, and there is a bundle of energy that is in the form of ATP. So in the cell, the food glucose is broken down into carbon dioxide and water using the oxygen. Now here ATP, that means adenosine triphosphate. So this is a bundle of energy. Now here we are going to discuss about the anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, there is a formation of alcohol, there is a formation of carbon dioxide, and energy is being released. Now, in the absence of oxygen, glucose breaks down into alcohol and carbon dioxide. There are some organisms, such as yeast, that can survive in the absence of air, and they get energy through anaerobic respiration. So such organisms, they are called as anaerobes. Let's see what happens when we do heavy exercise. During heavy exercise, some muscles, they can respire anaerobically. Now what happens if they respire anaerobically? During heavy exercise, that is fast running, cycling, walking for many hours, or heavy weight lifting, the demand for energy is high, but the supply of oxygen to produce the energy is limited. That is as usual. Then anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscle cells to fulfill the demand of energy. Now what happens? Now here the glucose that breaks down into lactic acid, and there is a release of energy. Now this energy immediately that has been released. Let us tabulate the aerobic respiration with that of anaerobic respiration. Now, aerobic respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen, while anaerobic that is in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration involves the exchange of gases between an organism and the outside environment, while in anaerobic there is an exchange of gases that is absent. In aerobic respiration, it occurs in the cytoplasm and mitochondria, while the anaerobic respiration occurs only in the cytoplasm. Aerobic respiration that always release carbon dioxide and water, while anaerobic respiration, the end products may be different. It might be lactic acid, it might be alcohol, and various. Aerobic respiration yields 36 ATPs, that is, large amount of energy is being released. In anaerobic respiration, there is a production that yields 2 bundles of ATP, but this energy that releases quickly. Now, examples of aerobic respiration, that is cells in our body. It takes a large amount. It takes a more time to release the energy. While in anaerobic respiration, the examples that are yeast and muscle cells. So in those cases, in these we can say organisms, anaerobic respiration takes place. Now let's learn about the breathing. What breathing is? Breathing means taking in air rich in oxygen and giving out air that is rich in carbon dioxide with the help of respiratory organs. The taking in of air that is rich in oxygen into the blood is called inhalation, and that giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is known as exhalation. Now, it is a continuous process which goes on all the time and throughout the life of an organism. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as breathing rate. During breathing, inhalation and exhalation takes place alternatively. A breath means one inhalation plus one exhalation. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and the rib cage rises up. So this expands the volume of the chest cavity. So the chest cavity is sealed, so this creates a partial vacuum inside the cavity. Atmospheric pressure fills the lungs as air rushes into the breathing passage. Now, breathing is the process by which oxygen-rich air is taken in and carbon dioxide-rich air is given out with the help of the respiratory organs. So, the taking of air rich in oxygen is called inhalation, and while that of giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is exhalation. Now, we are going to discuss about the breathing rate. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is called breathing rate. When a person needs more energy, he breathes faster and more oxygen is supplied to the cells and more food is broken down and more energy is released. Now here we learn the various parts of the human that takes part in the respiratory system. Now let's see. The very first, we intake the oxygen through the external nostril that led to the nasal passage, which leads to the nasal chamber, which leads to the nasopharynx, which leads to the larynx, that is the sound box, which further moves to the leads to the trachea, that is through glottis. Now after trachea, it divides into the primary bronchi, which further divides into the secondary bronchi and bronchioles, which further divided into the tertiary bronchi and bronchioles. and finally it divided into terminal bronchioles, which further led to the conversion into division into alveoli. So this is how the respiratory system occurs. Let's see, how do we breathe? The respiratory system helps in breathing. The main part of respiratory systems are nostrils, nasal cavity, windpipe, lungs, and the diaphragm. Breathing that involves the rib cage and a muscular sheet below the chest cavity that is called diaphragm. During inhalation, that is we take oxygen in, the chest cavity increases in size and the diaphragm moves down and air enters into the lungs. Now, during exhalation, when we breathe out carbon dioxide, the chest cavity reduces in size and the diaphragm moves up and air is pushed out of the lungs. Now, what do we breathe out? Or we can say, how can we say the air we breathe out that composed of carbon dioxide? Now, with the help of an activity, let us see. Take a test tube and pour some lime water into it. Insert a plastic straw into the lime water. Blow air through the straw into the lime water. The lime water turns milky. This shows that air we breathe out contains carbon dioxide. Take a mirror and blow air on the mirror. A film of moisture is formed on the mirror. This shows that air we breathe out contains moisture. Now let's see the percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide that is present in inhaled air and that how much amount that present in the exhaled air. The air we inhaled, it consists of 21% of oxygen and 0.04% carbon dioxide. So this air has been exhaled into the lungs. After some time, the lungs that exhaled the air, it moves the air out into the atmosphere. So that air consists of 16.4% oxygen, while now the carbon dioxide amount has been raised to 4.4%. So now let's discuss about the breathing in other animals apart from the human being. The very first, that is the cockroach. Let's discuss. Cockroach breathes through the small openings in their body called spiracles. The spiracles are connected to air tubes called trachea. Now, oxygen-rich air enters through these spiracles and passes through the trachea to all cells that present in its body. Carbon dioxide from the cells passes through the trachea and spiracles out of the body. So it reverts back in this way. Now, the respiration that is also takes place in plants. Plants also take in oxygen from air and give out carbon dioxide. So this oxygen is used in the cells to break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water, which releases energy. The leaves have tiny pores called the stomata, which helps in exchange of gases. The root hair also help to take air from the soil, through which the respiration takes place. This is all about this chapter. So thanks and have a nice day.